Now, did you know that today is World Vegan Day? Now, what does this mean? Well, World Vegan Day, I'm told, is aimed at spreading awareness among people about the advantages of a vegan diet on health and well-being, and is celebrated every year on November the 1st. Sandra Higgins joins us, Managing Director of Go Vegan World and Eden Farmed Animal Sanctuary. Hello to you, Sandra.
Good morning, Declan.
Good morning. Well, happy World Vegan Day. What does this mean now?
Well, veganism, actually, you mentioned there in your introduction that veganism is a diet, and that's a little bit of a misconception. Veganism is a way of living that acknowledges that other animals are feeling beings the same as we are. And as a result, we don't have the right to breed them as resources or harm them or exploit them or kill them. So diet is a very important part of being vegan, but when you avoid exploiting other animals, you also don't use them for entertainment. We don't wear them. We don't use products that were tested on them. So it's much more than diet, but you're absolutely right that diet is a very important part of it.
Yeah, well, it's an introduction for many people of, if they don't have the ethical concept fully, it might be a good way to sort of say, you know, well, I'll start with the diet, and that will show me how I can live successfully on a vegan diet, and then maybe take in other aspects of life, as you mentioned there. What does it mean for somebody who's deciding, do you know something, I should make a contribution, whether it be for the planet or indeed for the welfare of animals or for even health? Tell me which way they should go about it.
Well, what we would say is that you can't change your behaviour unless you have a good reason why and a good goal. So the first thing that I would say to anybody is some research on what it means to other animals when we use them. Do some research on the science of sentience, and that might sound very complicated, but if you think of your cat or your dog, and if you look at other animals, they have eyes, noses, ears, mouths. They have feelings the same as we do. They see, they smell, they taste. They get tired, they get cold, they get hungry, they suffer. When we hurt them, they suffer. And like us, they have interest in staying alive. So when you realise that they feel like we do, and when you get some insight into how our use of them impacts them, so how they live on farms, how they're killed, how they live in laboratories, how they live in zoos, then you have the motivation to no longer participate in their suffering and our exploitation of them. So then you've made the decision, I don't want to live like this anymore, I'm going to be vegan. What do I do? So one of the most important aspects of being vegan is how we consume, what we eat, what we wear, the personal products, the makeup, the cleaning products that we use. So begin by eliminating those products from your life. And diet is definitely a very good place to start, because, you know, you might say, God, the next time I need a lipstick, I'll make sure I buy a vegan brand. But right now, it's lunchtime. What do I eat? So I would say to people, look at your diet and see what's already vegan, because most people are already eating lots of vegan in diet. So eat more of them. And then look at what you like to eat all the time. You know, do you like soup? Do you like curries? Do you like pizza? Do you like Chinese? And have a Google, because there's a plethora of free, excellent information there on how to cook vegan food and how to make what you're already eating, make a vegan version of what you're already eating.
A lot of people might like to do that, but they find a lot of the either called substitutes or replacements are yucky, to be honest with you. I've heard a lot of people say, it's just not the same, and it doesn't tempt me enough to change to a similar tasting product that is vegan.
Well, what we would say is the substitutes on the market are excellent. They're improving in quality. They're getting cheaper. The availability is better. When lots of us went vegan, there were none of those substitutes on the market. When I went vegan, there was nothing on the market except soya milk. So you don't have to have substitutes to have a healthy, tasty diet. So you can make a really nice meal, you know, a curry or a spaghetti bolognese, a lasagna, a soup, without any of those substitutes at all. So sure, there is an element of your taste buds changing. But if you think of, you know, if you go to another country on your holidays and you're there for a week or two, for the first few days the food tastes very different. And by the end of the week or the fortnight, you've adjusted to the taste of it. So that's another aspect of it. And then I would say, give it it's a little bit of trial and error. I see posts on social media, products that I don't enjoy very much. Other people are raving about them. And substitutes that I think are absolutely excellent, other people are complaining about them. So it's a little bit of trial and error, but I will say that some of the substitutes that have come on the market in the last few years are indistinguishable from animal products. They are really excellent, but they're not necessary for a healthy, tasty diet.
You know, personally, I think you know, meat substitutes are as I just get upset in my stomach or something if I'm eating something that's not you know, that's not meat, but it's a substitute and it tastes exactly like meat. I find, oh gosh, I don't believe it.
Well, you know, if you tried some of the new ones, the good ones, you will believe it. And the thing is, you know, can we afford to say that our taste buds matter more than the life of another animal? Can we, you know, in the face of the very serious climate change and environmental destruction that we see all around us, can we say that my taste buds matter more? Where, you know, human supremacy is a terrible problem in our species. And we really have to say, look, I give this a go because it's the right thing to do. And you won't be long doing it before you find it really very enjoyable. And I really do think you know, if you look at some of the footage of what we do to other animals, look at them on farms, look at them in slaughterhouses, how would you feel if your cat or dog lived like that and died like that? And say, would you say, no, my taste buds are more important because I love the flavour of cat flesh. I'm not going to give up my cat dinner because I like the taste of it too much.
You should, Sandra, to convince people it's not like that. They make a choice on meat, and they're, you know, content is probably the word rather than glorifying it. You know, to have meat products and dairy products and whatever, and that's their life, and they just feel, you know, why should I change? And you can make all those arguments, but you know, they're there. An industry is there. It depends on it. A lot of the economy of Ireland depends on it, and that's the way it is.
Well, people remain content because we've grown up in a speciesist culture where this industry was literally shoved down our throats. You know, our parents fed us animal products. We're persuaded from the time we go into primary school and play school that these products are normal, natural, nice, that they're essential for our health. But, you know, we're beginning to find out that you know, that is not the truth. That is propaganda sold to us by an industry that profits on the back of our ignorance. So it's the role of Go Vegan World is to shake up that contentment and say, you know, you cannot afford to be content. I don't think anybody could say we can afford to be content while our brothers and sisters around the world are impacted by climate change, one of the most significant contributors of which is animal agriculture.
All right, okay.
It's immoral to say that we can be content while they suffer because of the way we're living in our world. And all the scientific reports of integrity coming from environmentalists, coming from concerned scientists around the world, coming from dietitians, are saying that we need to transition to a plant diet. We cannot afford to be content. There was a time when we were content to smoke, and cigarettes were advertised as being healthy and good for us.
Okay, I think we're losing Sandra on the line there, but Sandra Higgins, Managing Director of Go Vegan World, and I'm sure in certain areas a lot of debates on this will continue. But anyway, today is World Vegan Day.